Hello, welcome back. We're on day 17 of your yoga challenge. We are going to do a yin yang practice today for your Wednesday. If you have one handy, grab a pillow or a cushion, the thickest one you can find. So if you don't have one that's super plush, maybe grab a couple pillows. I'm gonna use my little Merry Christmas pillow here. So have that handy. I'll set that aside for just a moment here. And that's probably all you're going to need today. So we're going to start on our backs. So go ahead and lie down, find a comfortable position on your back and shut the eyes. I'm going to open us up, just reading some thoughts to you about our practice today for you to consider and to meditate on before we get moving here. So as you lay here with your eyes closed, just let that breath be natural. Let the body sink into the mat. Soften as much as possible. Just letting go of any tension. Finding as much ease as you can. We're going to explore tension today. Tension and compression. So tension is when our body can stretch no further. It's either due to tightness in our ligaments, our joints, muscles, tendons. And then there's compression. So compression is also when the body can stretch no further. This is due to flesh hitting flesh or flesh hitting bone, bone hitting bone. So things kind of bumping up against each other. Whereas that tension, things are just tight. Compression, you're actually running into something or something in the body is running into something else. It could also be, as we explore our practice, the body hitting the floor or compressing against your pillow. So these are necessary sensations in our yin practice. To feel, to observe. They sometimes stop us from going further in our poses, in our practice. So in this moment, just notice as you start to relax the body, do you feel any of that tension? Do you feel any of that compression, maybe as you lay here on the mat, kind of the body sinking into the earth? So as we explore tension over time, this changes in the body. We deepen our flexibility, we deepen our range of motion. Compression, however, is more structural. It can't be changed unless you actually move the object that is in your way. So think about this in relation to your life. When we hit that brick wall of tension or compression in our lives, how do we act? Sometimes no amount of pushing or struggling will take us deeper or further. Yoga is not meant to be a battle or another place in your life to feel this tension and compression or force unrealistic expectations on yourself. So use this practice to explore learning how to not worry about how deeply you're going, how I'm going. Just starting at what you can do and then letting it grow from there. In doing so, we begin to take this back into the real world. Taking each day, each action, one step at a time. Slowly moving those roadblocks. We're slowly expanding on the tension in our lives. All right, from here, as you're lying down, let's reach the arms up over our heads. Point the toes, arch the spine, take a full body stretch. And then exhale, hug the knees into the chest. Take a breath in. Breath out. And then start to rock forward and back. Okay, and then you're going to start to rock more deeply, bigger and bigger rocks. And eventually you're going to cross the ankles, roll onto your knees, bring the hands forward, and come into a tabletop position. If you haven't already, open your eyes. And we'll take a few cat-cows here. Let the belly drop, press the heart forward. Exhale around the spine. Inhale, belly falls. Exhale, tuck and round. And continue on your own here. 3 more breaths. If you want, you can add some movement to the hips, maybe rock side to side or forward and back. Just moving the spine in as many directions as you can. One more breath. Okay, from here, we're going to step the right foot forward outside of the right hand. Keep the left hand down, bring the right arm to the sky, and find a big open twist. Lean back through that right shoulder, opening up the chest. Exhale, bring the right hand down to the mat. Take a breath in here. Exhale, slide that right knee back into your tabletop. Step the left foot forward, wide outside of the left hand. Right hand stays down. Inhale, left arm to the sky. Find your twist. One breath in, lean back. Breath out, hand to the mat. Pause here, take an inhale. Exhale, slide that left knee back. Go ahead, tuck the toes, lift the hips. Let's find a downward dog. Okay, take a couple breaths here. Pedal the feet out if you need to. And expanding through the backs of the legs. Releasing tension in the back, spine. One more breath. All right, bend the knees, gaze forward. Walk the feet to meet the hands. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold forward. Rise all the way up. Inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. Grab the right wrist with your left hand. Reach up as you inhale, and then lean over to your left. Exhale. Give that right arm a little tug. Lengthen the right side of your body. Inhale, come back up. Switch sides. Grab the left wrist. And exhale, lean over to the right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, inhale, come to center. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, lift halfway. Let's step the left foot to the back of the mat. Bring the left knee down. Low lunge. Inhale, reach the arms to the sky. Exhale, we find a twist. Right arm back, left arm forward. Inhale, arms through center. One more, open twist. Right arm reaches back. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat. Half split. Straighten the right leg. Flex the foot as you pull the hips back. Breath in here. Breath out. Good. Right knee bends. Step back to downward facing dog. Take a breath in. Breath out. Bend the knees, look forward, walk back to the top of your mat. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, fold. Rise up, inhale. Hands to your heart. Exhale. Inhale, reach up. This time find a back bend. So cactus the arms, lift the chest. Inhale, reach up. Exhale, bring the hands behind you, interlace the fingers. Lift the chest, inhale. And exhale, forward fold. Bend the knees as you dive down. Take one breath in. Release the hands to the mat, breath out. Inhale, lift halfway. Exhale, right foot steps back, right knee down. Low lunge, inhale, arms come up. Exhale, open twist, left arm back, right arm forward. Inhale, reach through center. Exhale, open twist. Inhale through center. Exhale, hands to the mat, half split. Straighten the left leg. Lift the toes up off the mat, draw the hips down and back. Breathe in. Breathe out. Okay, left leg bends. Step back, downward facing dog. Inhale here. And exhale. Okay, bend the knees, look forward, walk the feet all the way through and come to sit down. We'll move into our first yen pose. Okay, so our first pose is a caterpillar pose. Essentially just a forward fold with the legs straight here. So we're going to, while we're stretching the hamstrings, I want you to focus on the lower back and kind of releasing tension through the lower half of the spine. So keeping the legs straight, you can just let the legs, toes, feet relax. No pointing or flexing necessary. And just start to round through the spine, folding forward, letting the hands just fall down by your side, next to your legs. I like to keep my palms up. This feels a little more natural. It's kind of like you're in that rag doll, but you're seated here. Tuck the chin under, drop the head. You can also pay attention to your neck as your head drops down. maybe comparing where you're feeling more tension. Is it that back of the neck? Or is it here in the lower back? Where can you release that tension as we hold for these next minute or so? Just let the body be as heavy as possible. If you feel any pinching, not tension, we want to feel the tension. If you feel any pinching, like a sharp pain, just lift up a little bit. Again, you don't need to be as deep as me or your friend or whoever. You explore your limits, your boundaries. Few more breaths here. Okay, go ahead and lift back up. All right. From here, we're going to come into a swan or pigeon pose. If it's easier, if you're used to coming into this through downward dog, go ahead. Otherwise, you're going to draw the right shin towards the top of your mat. Swing that left leg around behind you. Right knee scoots all the way to the right edge of your mat, and you square off the hips. So you should be right through center. Your heel of your right foot is either going to be center of your body or off to the left. But make sure this right knee is off to your right side and that this right hip is lifted a little bit rather than sitting on that right hip. All right, you are welcome to stay on the hands here. Or coming down to your forearms, maybe a block or your cushion. And in this pose, we explore compression. So think about what is compressing here. So compression, again, is two things butting up against each other. So maybe this front side of your right hip is compressing your hip flexor is compressing, you're pressing your lower belly down into the top of your thigh. Compressing those lower abdominal muscles. Notice if the sensation is light or intense. Notice what thoughts and feelings come up, especially as we get into the hips. It can be a storehouse for a lot of emotional tension. A few more moments on this side. All right, go ahead and lift up. We're gonna come into pigeon swan on the other side. So roll into the right hip and switch legs. Again, if you need to come through downward dog, go for it. Okay, draw that left shin towards the front of your mat. Swing that right leg around and come up onto the hips. Left knee is off to the left side of your mat, and your hips stay through center here. Okay, take a breath in. And then if you would like, come down, forearms, or all the way to the mat. So notice the change in the body. You can start by noticing your right hip or the sensations in the right leg. Is there tingling? Does it feel lighter? We removed that roadblock, so there's no more compression in that leg. And we've moved the compression to our left hip. Notice what happens in the body when you move that barrier somewhere else. Sometimes life is just shifting roadblocks or things standing in our way. Maybe make adjustments to put more emphasis somewhere else in your life. Less emphasis or distractions maybe in one area. We get to choose where most of the time we get to choose where we put those roadblocks, where we focus our attention. A few more breaths on this side. Okay, go ahead and come on up. We're gonna roll onto the left hip. Swing those legs around. All right, give them a good shake out. Okay, and then we have one more seated here. One more compression pose. So grab that pillow cushion that you that I had you grab in the beginning. We're going to come into a wide-legged fold or dragonfly pose. So you're going to bring the legs out wide. You're going to bring your pillow or cushion out in front of you. And we're going to fold forward straight through center. So your barrier for your compression this time is your pillow. Not necessarily a bad thing, right? So we're going to forward fold slowly, tilt the pelvis forward. And just depending on your flexibility, maybe you're just using this to rest your forearms, or maybe you're bringing the body all the way down here. But try to adjust it as much as possible so that you can relax your chest. Another option is putting, wrapping your arms around this like a hug, like you're hugging the pillow, and then coming down so that more of the upper body is resting on this pillow. So we're compressing because your body can't go further than where this pillow is. But like I said, that's not always a bad thing. So maybe thinking about how barriers can also be gifts. They're there to stop us or help us sometimes go to places that might not be good for us, that might harm us. So think about what barriers in your life maybe are protecting you, keeping you in a stable and supportive place. Maybe they feel frustrating in the moment or at any given point in time. But when we take a step back, we can kind of see their true purpose. Maybe they're just nudging you in a different direction. A few more breaths here. All right, slowly lift yourself back up. Go and set your pillow off to the side. Swing the legs around. And then we're going to come onto our backs. Okay, so we're going to take our banana pose or Banasana. I think we've done this one together before. So legs out long. Reach the arms over your head and grab opposite wrists or elbows. Let's cross the right ankle over the left ankle. And then you're gonna make your banana shape. So shimmy your upper body to the top right corner of your mat. And shimmy your feet to the bottom. Sorry, we're shimmying the upper body to the top left corner. I think I said that wrong. And then the legs to the bottom left corner of your mat. So the curve, you're stretching, elongating this right side, and then bending through the left. Okay, so notice where you're feeling the most tension here. We aren't really compressing anything. Maybe the left side of the body as you fold in, making that curve. But most of the body here is lengthening. So the tension comes when we're opening up the body, when we're stretching, working on that flexibility or getting deeply into the muscles. So maybe you feel it in the legs. Outside of the right leg, I T-band into that right hip. Maybe you feel it in the shoulders and the chest as the front side of the body opens up. Where do you feel it the most? Where do you feel it releasing the most? Just a few breaths here. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. So come back to center, bring the arms down for a second. Uncross the legs. Cross the left ankle over the right ankle this time. Bring the arms back to the sky. Grab opposite wrist or elbows. And then shimmy your legs over to the left side of your mat. Bottom left. I got my left and right wrong again. Bottom right corner of your mat. And then your upper body to the top right corner of the mat. You guys are with me, right? Okay, so you're bending through the right side, elongating the left side. Same thing here. Where do you notice the most tension on this side? Maybe it's in a different place or the same. It's okay if it's not the same. Relax the legs, relax through the upper body. Let both shoulders stay pressed into the mat. More breaths here before we move again. Okay, bring the arms back down. Bring the legs back through center, uncross the legs. Let's hug the knees into the chest. Wrap the arms around the legs. And take a little rock side to side. Press the lower back into your mat. Spinal massage. Okay, one more breath in. And then Shavasana on your exhale. Legs long, arms down by your side. Go ahead and shut the eyes down or soften your gaze. And stay here. We have about a minute. Just fully relaxing the body, easing any tension or compression, feelings or sensations of those movements that maybe are lingering. Just be still. All right, stay if you need to. We'll close from a seated posture. You're welcome to meet us there. From here, reach the arms up, bring the palms to connect. Exhale, draw the hands down to your heart. One more breath in. Breath out. Let me bow forward with gratitude. Namaste. All right, thank you guys. See you tomorrow.